that you have to move somewhere, and then there are others that you can't. The main one, T7, always go to do. 1, 8. T, note number 7, always leads to do, note number 1 or 8, always. Then chord 5 always wants to go to 1. Unless it's a deceptive cadence. We'll talk about that later. It will end on 6. So these are the main ones. 7 to 8. Chord 5, chord 1, unless you are doing a deceptive cadence. Okay, I'm going to rub this part now since I assume you're done with this. Now, the other rules that I talked about was when you're moving from one chord to the next, be wary of consecutive or parallel fifths, octaves. That's when you have voices with an interval of a fifth moving together. So if you have a fifth and the next one is another fifth, not good. If you have a distance of an eighth moving to another eighth, not good. Okay. So that, be wary of that. You can't do that. Not allowed. Consecutive. Then there are some progressions that you can't do. For example, the most basic one is 1, 4, 5, back to 1. Yeah, 2. Then you have 6. This is 3. 6. 7. So this is the home key. You start and end on 1. Okay. You can go to 4. You can go to 5. You can go to 1. That's fine. Or there's other alternative directions that you can go. You can go from 1, you can jump straight to 5, into 1. You can also do that. You can go from 1, 2, you can go to 4, 5, So you can go 1, 2, and continue this, going onwards. Or you can go 1, 2, go to 6, you can then go to 4, and then from 4 you continue there. or you can go this way as well. From 6 straight to 5. Now this one is a special type of chord. You can't just use it in any way, shape or form. You can only approach chord 3 from 5. I must just double check that I'm not sure about this. So let me leave it out. Last I checked, you can only approach it from 5, but I'm not going to say anything now. I'm just going to double check it. But just don't use chord 3 for now. I'll revert back to this because I know this is a very special kind of chord that you can use in special occasions. So these are the possibilities that you can use. Chord 7, you can go 5, approach it with 5, into 1. You can also go from 2 to 7 to 5, or you can go 7 to 5 to 1. So these are the options that you have. Now when you're doing your melody writing or 4-part harmony, you're creating a song using chords, this is the formula to help you, because you can't thumb suck. So I'm going to go to 1 and then 1. There's certain ways that you have to do it. So that's why I'm giving you maybe a formula for possibilities. So let me write arrows maybe. Go there. And go there. Just lead here. Lead there. Okay. Is there any questions? So this is sort of a form. Yeah.
So if you use any of those methods, you'll always be right and get your marks. Doesn't matter how beautiful it sounds.
Basically, yeah. Basically, this is like the music theory developed in the Baroque era. So all of this was created at that time, and this is the laws that they used to do. I don't agree with, like, if someone plays this in these rules, it doesn't always sound good. But just because of they did it back then and those were the rules established, they just moved it in music theory as well. Like for example, if you're moving in fifths, it's not allowed. It actually sounds nice to do that. You see, it actually sounds nice. If you're moving in octaves, it sounds nice. But it's not allowed according to theory. It was developed back in the days. But so if you do this, you should be right, guaranteed. You're not going to go wrong. But now sometimes when you're moving and using this formula, you get in trouble because now you discover that there's consecutive fifths, there's consecutive eighths, and then there's also other rules such as exposed fifths or exposed octaves. But that I won't look at that as of yet. Now when you are in trouble and you have your formula, you can do it. You're like, I can't actually do this because I have this or other stuff that you're conflicting with. Your voice leading is not actually going well. Now you revert to inversions. Does that make sense? Then that previous slide that I did, the previous one, doubling, wara. Then you look at that. So with inversions, you'll find that for your secondary chords, first inversion works well. Because now if you're saying I'm going to realign this, I'm going to take the bass and put it somewhere in the middle as my third, or I'm just going to start with my third, that's first inversion. Now, okay, it might help with issues like this. So by realigning or rearranging the chord vertically, you are able to assist yourself with these things. If you see that I can't do anything, but everything is bad, that's where inversion comes in. Okay, let me just try and take the bass to the third. Let me use the fifth, you see. So that's what inversions help with if you're in trouble with this. Okay, now therein also lies rules that you need to follow, such as secondary chords, secondary triads, mainly in first inversion. Chord 2, I can tell you now, must always be in first inversion. Don't use chord 2 without in root. Don't use it in root, don't use it in second inversion. Always first inversion. 6-3. Chord 2. Again, I'm going to repeat, never use chord 2 in any other inversion other than first inversion. Always. Okay. Then, when you are using first inversion, you must double the third. I did talk about it previously. Because you're starting with the third. You see, because if you have C, E, G, first inversion, you're taking the C, and you're starting with the E, the third. You must double the third in first inversion, always. That's the rule. If you're doing first inversion, secondary triads, double the third. That's the rule. You must do it. If you are primary chord, always use second inversion. Here, you double the fifth. So if you're using chord 1, let's say it's C, E, G again, but now you want to start on the fifth. So you're skipping the third. This is first inversion. Second inversion. C, G, you're taking it up, so you're flipping the chord. Now you're starting on G. You must double that G again and have C, E. So primary chord that are in second inversion, double the fifth. Always. Who's confused? Who's a bit lost? Listen.
ngithwala into esenza impractical ngokuyichaza kanjena nje ngizama ukuyi-create i-picture ayayihlangana i-picture mhlawumbe siyayenza ebhodini.
Yeah.
Yes. Ngoba uyichaza nje ngizama ukukhanda i-picture ayayihlangana.
So for now,
lokho okusho sokuthi na you double the fifth uma usenza ama-primary chord second inversion, then you double the fifth.
yeah, second inversion. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's your job to write what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. So then I summarize up. Then when if I'm saying more than what I'm writing, you can just write your own notes. And we barely win about it means this. Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
can you do a practical example?
Well, yeah. Well.
Yes.
After I explain all of the rules and what.
That's what I was
definitely
asking.
do it. Yes. Okay. Any questions? No questions. Okay. Then my second point is cadences. We're gonna get to examples now. I'm gonna rub this off. Can I rub it off? No objections. Photo. Okay. So there is PAC or PC. This means perfect, authentic cadence. Or perfect cadence. Now, the difference between the two is okay, both of them are 5-1. Both of them are 5-1. The only distinction is here, soprano plus bass, both go to do. Do is 1. Perfect cadence is only the bass resolves to do. Again, voice leading. So perfect authentic cadence, or PC, is going from 5 to 1. The difference between a PAC and PC is perfect authentic cadence is soprano and the bass leading to do. Okay, for example, if I have G, B, D. Okay, soprano, so my bass is on G. Okay, tenor, D. Alto on, let's say B. And then my soprano on G. Okay, this is chord 5. Now I'm going to resolve it to 1. My bass will go to do, which is C. Okay, I can tenor and alto don't matter. Go there, go there. Sopranos on G must go to C. Okay, so in other words, it's G. Soprano there. My bass is C and my soprano is C. They both go into do. Soprano, bass and soprano, alto and tenor in the middle. Now, let's say you're doing a perfect cadence, PC. It will be the same concept. Bass will go to C, and then not by soprano, that is C. Soprano will go to third, so it doesn't resolve on C. Alto tenor. Perfect authentic. PC. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Or, yeah. So that's the difference. Then you get a half cadence. HC, which is half cadence. In school, they used to call it imperfect cadence, okay? But not in university, because it's anything that resolves to chord 5. So I say X resolving to 5. Imperfect is flipping this 1 to 5, but we're not going to do that. We're going to say anything X into 5. That's half cadence. I'm gonna knock this off. Anyone, no objections? Which I was talking about. Or it's called interrupted cadence. And the last one is plagal cadence. This goes to 6. Plagal is to 4. No. Deceptive, 5 to 6, or interruptive. It feels strange, it's like I'm being tricked. Deceptive. No one ends on 6. Plagal, 4 to 1. Sounds like church. Amen. So if you see that. Churchy feel. Michael, just something to remember. It always sounds like church saying Amen. Amen. No, not this one, the other one. Amen. 5-1. Then deceptive is 5-6. 1, 5, 6. Deceptive. That's how you can remember it. Just catches you by surprise. That is 5-6. Any questions on the cadence? It's only 4. That's it. That's it. There's no other cadences that you will know. What does cadence mean? The word itself. Not sure. So, okay, like, think about this. I play my song. So I did my 5-1. So what does cadence mean? So what am I doing? Woo!
Playing.
Sorry?
It's the ending of the piece.
Yes, you're ending. So cadence means conclusion. You're ending. You're reaching a cadence. That's what cadence means. Okay. 4-part harmony, playing progression, everything's happening. And then reaching your cadence now, what are you gonna use? Then you decide, okay, I actually want to end it with, so if I'm starting, 5-6. So that's your cadence. It's how you want to end your song. It's the ending. So that's what cadence means. No questions. Okay. Now they're gonna ask you to do melody writing. They will do this.